Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Walcomar in the building. Man, we got a lot of sports to recap. Weekend full of sports. Let's talk about it all. From Kentucky Derby, UFC, MLB, NBA, NHL, NFL, NCAA. It don't matter if it happened this weekend. Let's try to discuss it within an hour. Holla at your boy. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's happening? What's up? Got that drink in my cup. Pour it up. Anyway, your boy Wild Carmar in the building. Been a jam-packed weekend full of sports, and we're going to try to talk about it all. We're going to try to. So I appreciate everybody tuning in, chopping it up with your boy. Hey, I feel like we gotta reconnect with the world. All right. It's a lot of stuff going on. Especially in the world of sports. But hey, man, besides sports, man, Kendrick Lamar and Drake, Lee. Well, they was busy all weekend, weren't they? One drop, one beef, rap this. Other one, hours later, drop a rap beef this. Next one, drop something. Another one, drop something. How y'all feel about it? I don't know. It ain't quite, it ain't quite early 2000s rap beef. I ain't getting the same feel like 50 Cent beefing with everybody. Not quite Eminem beefing with somebody. Not quite Jay-Z, Nas. Not quite, LL Cool J, Cannabis. Not quite, Tupac, Biggie beef, but it's refreshing as a hip hop head. Just saying, it's like refreshing. But hey, we're gonna here to talk sports, and here's the deal, y'all. For those that don't know me, I am a Los Angeles Lakers fan. All right, I am a Los Angeles Lakers fan. And it's been quite challenging to be a Lakers fan and a fan that is not a fan of LeBron James. And for the last few years, to have him on your roster, it's been challenging. And it's not because of what he does off the court. No, my beef with LeBron is strictly, I just don't like the way he operates when things on the court. The flopping and the crying and the whining and, taking accountability. That's what I don't care for. I never care for it. He's been doing it his whole career, and I just never care for it. Straight up. That's just me. I'm not speaking for nobody else. I'm speaking for me. But at some point in time, there has to be accountability. Now, so Darvin Ham gets fired. And, things happen. But here's my thing. Darvin Ham gets fired after 2 years. So his rookie year, he gets him to a Western Conference Finals. His second year, he gets him to the first round and get bumped out. So in 2 years that he's been coaching, he's getting the team to the playoffs, right? Now, it's not the standard of Lakers organization as in, get to the championship. But a Western Conference Final and a first round appearance in the playoffs, so 2 playoff appearances with this roster. Baron, the thing about this Lakers roster, it is not a play. It's a playoff at best type of roster. It's a play-in tournament, legit type roster. As in, you are lucky to get out of the play-in tournament. And that's what's happened the last few years. Got out the play-in tournament last year, made it to the Western Conference Finals. Got out the play-in tournament this year, gets bumped out in the first round. Have you seen this roster? Has anybody seen this roster? My expectations of this roster is not high, and that's with Anthony Davis and LeBron James. That's as good as that. For my expectations, that's how high I've had my expectations for the Lakers the past 2 years. Is playing tournament, getting out of that at best roster. So when they made it to the Western Conference Finals last year, they overachieved. Had they gone further this year, they overachieved in my expectations as a Lakers fan. But just 2 things can be right at the same time. All right? Go look at the Lakers coaching staff and the turnover since Phil Jackson has left. Go look at it. It looks like the Cleveland Browns quarterback carousel. Looks like the Chicago Bears quarterback carousel. You have so many quarterbacks going through those franchises over the last 20 years. People got their jerseys, they got to scratch them out and put tape over it and put the new last name of the quarterback on the jersey. That's what the Lakers coaching carousel has looked like the last few years. Just name after name after name after name after name after name after name since Phil Jackson has left. So if you look at the last few years of the Lakers, or the last 10, 11 years, it's been a turnstile at head coaching. If LeBron leaves Lakers, need to trade away AD to get some picks, players for him to rebuild your future. And I'm not mad at that take. I'll talk about that in a second because I got that. I got the same sentiment, AP. What's happening with you, AP? I'll bring that comment right back up. But if you look at the Lakers coaching history over the last 10, 11 plus years since Phil Jackson has left, it's been carousel. In and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. Can't keep a coach there. Can't keep a coach consistently in that seat. You can't. So that's the Lakers part of their organization where they are not running that organization in a well-oiled machine type mentality. So they're not doing their part of making sure that they are consistent or backing their coach, saying, hey, why don't we stay consistent with this guy or give him the backing or support this guy, get him a proper roster, give him a proper roster that you can at least be consistently relevant, consistently, competing for the Western Conference crown, let alone an NBA championship crown. So the Lakers as an organization, they have failed coach from time to time again since Phil Jackson has left. They haven't done their part. I can admit that as a Laker fan. The Lakers organization, who's ever running it, I know Jeannie Buss is running it, but, whether it's her GMs at the time. They had Magic in there. Now you got Rob Pelinka, who's just a glorified sports agent. Now all of a sudden, you know, the mega sports agents and Kobe Bryant, but all of a sudden he's an expert in knowing how to manage a roster. Mitch Kupchak. So you haven't done right at the general manager spot. So you're not making the right general manager moves. You're not bringing in the right people, not drafting the right people. You're making all kind of weird transactions. You're killing your draft capital. You're killing your cap space by overpaying certain players. That's another issue. So as an organizationally, it's the fundamentals is jacked up. The fundamentals is messed up. You haven't as an organization stuck around to do what got you there as a organization, as one of the best successful organizations in the NBA. I mean, what's going on? That's that part. Okay. So I can say Darvin Ham being fired, that's just another coach in the coaching carousel. They keep swapping out names in and out of that damn place, just like quarterbacks getting switched out in Cleveland and Chicago. Just keep switching them out. Keep switching them out. It's the same turnstile. Okay, that's fundamentally flawed on the Lakers. But I also can't ignore the elephant in the room. I cannot ignore the elephant in the room. Hello. LeBron has been in LA for what? Since 2019, 2020, 21, 22, 23. 6 years. He's been in LA. How many coaches has he had? 6 years. 4 coaches. Mike Brown, Baby Walton, Luke Walton, Frank Vogel, Darvin Ham. 4 coaches, 6 years. You do the math. So your coaching life expectancy in LA with LeBron is at most a year and a half. So as much as I give crap to the Lakers organization for not being right about their coaching position and being fair to it and being, supportive of it, I also got to look at the other side of the coin where, hell, why is it that in 6 years there's 4 coaches for LeBron James? We can't. Hello? I mean, I got to look at the elephant in the room too. I got to. I can't ignore that. Why is it that coaches can't last in LA with LeBron on the roster? Why? Because it goes back to what I was saying earlier on some of the things that I don't care for LeBron as a basketball fan. It's because there's no accountability. There's a certain attitude and aura about him that just, he's above that. And it's not just me that feels that way. It can't be. It can't be. I saw something from Michael Wilbon. He went in. Michael Wilbon went in when he found out the news of Darvin Ham got fired. You don't believe me? Here's his words. You
know what? I'm angry. I've known Darvin Ham for a long time. And you're right. He's a great guy. And he's a pretty damn good coach. Because he took a team that had done nothing the year before, missed the playoffs. And last year they got to the conference finals with him. And everybody had praise for him, including LeBron and Anthony Davis. And now all of a sudden I'm talking specifically to the two of them now. They blame him. Their public comments are inadequate. Let me just say this. If you want to be the GOAT, you want to tell everybody you're the GOAT, you're the greatest player of all time, you want to have it on podcasts, you want to have it, then take accountability like one. Do that. There's a social media thing out there now with Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. It shows them after they lost in a series. And it shows the determination. It shows them saying, nope, we weren't good enough. I wasn't good enough. There's been some of that But there hasn't been nearly enough. If you're the GOAT, you do that. You don't blame this cryptically or backhandedly on Darvin Ham. I don't want to hear from anybody in a Laker uniform that the primary problem was Darvin Ham. Yes, LeBron and Anthony Davis were great in that series, but they weren't good enough against Denver. So take that on. GOAT carries responsibility. I don't see it in the firing of Darvin Ham. So go handpick somebody. Not getting T. Lue. If you're the owner of the Clippers and you got way more money than the Lakers and just as much ego, you ain't letting T. Lue walk across when you got a new stadium and you got stars. You don't need them to go to him to go to the Lakers. This is infuriating that the hand is behind this move, Frank. It's just intellectually lazy and unaccountable. And those two guys are too great. They're Hall of Famers. You got to be better than that.
This is Michael Wilbon. Works for ESPN for a long time. Been around all the great names in basketball for the last 30, 40 years. I can't make this up. If I, as a basketball fan, a sports fan, is having this take, and you got a guy that's in the inside, in the know, and he's reverberating the same thing that us fans are saying, that we can't be making this up. We can't be, we're not full of shit. Come on now. We got to call a spade a spade. It looked like a duck, it quacked like a duck. Damn it, it ain't a pigeon, it's a duck. Fact of the matter is, there has to be more owning of the failures. Especially when AD and LeBron, you are so highly paid. Yeah, as a player, take your money. I'm all for players getting your money. Get it. But it comes with a lot of responsibility that comes with that, because now, even though, like I said, it's bad general management from the Lakers, they gave you the bread. It makes it harder to build a more sound, fundamentally team around you. Like Wilbon said, hey, LeBron, AD, you played well in that series against the Nuggets. Playing well gets you what? It gets you swept. It gets you swept. When you are the quote-unquote two superstars with the hefty-ass, big-ass contracts that come with it, I don't need you to play well. I need you to play godly. I need you to play out of your damn mind. I need you to, hey, man, y'all jokers is messing up. Get with it. Hop on my back and let's go. You got to take that on. Whether you want the responsibility or not. And the thing about it is, LeBron knows this. You've been touted the king, the savior of the basketball 20 plus years ago as a teenager. And to your credit, LeBron has done a phenomenal job of exceeding. He's exceeded the expectations of what was called upon him, whether he wanted it or not, of the tasking of him to taking the basketball world to the next level. There was no more Michael Jordan. He was in the midst of Kobe, Tim Duncan, and all that era. He was tasked on taking the basketball, the NBA world, and taking it to another level past that. And so far, he's exceeded those expectations. So you cannot all of a sudden ignore the pressures on what comes with being the top dog in one of the top NBA franchises. You were at LA Lakers. You chose to go there. You know what the pressures come with this. It's championship aspirations, regardless of what is around you. You got AD. That should be enough for you. I mean, it's come on. We can't do this. We can't keep having a coaching carousel. There's no consistency. There's no continuity. Championship teams are built They're not bought. Rarely do you see championship teams in any sport get bought. It doesn't happen on a usual, typical basis. It's not meant for that to happen. You can't buy your championships. You can't sit here and just, hey, let me trade all my future away and get everything to me. Let me get the most well-named, highest paid coach, pair him with the highest paid, well-known players, and all of a sudden we got championships. That doesn't happen like that. That does not happen. You can't get championships like that. You have to build. Build. When you build it, they will come. When you build the championship pedigree, attitude, add the players with the attitude, with the right coaching, the championships will come. You just can't sit there and buy it all and think it's just going to poof magically. Oh, we're a championship team. No, that don't happen in sports. That does not happen in sports. So, I mean, it's a lot of fundamentally things that are wrong with the Lakers that goes beyond the coaching and the carousel. The management has been bad. And it also goes to the players on the onus of y'all not carrying y'all weight. And it starts with AD and LeBron, whether they want to believe it or not. We got basketball guys, experts saying it. I'm just a lonely podcaster that loves talking shit about sports every Monday and Thursday. What the hell do I know? I watch sports. That's it. I'm not a quote-unquote expert, but damn it, when my takes start lining up with the people that have been covering this sport for 30, 40 plus years, can't be too far off. Can't be too far off. But come on. Has to be some onus. Has to be some onus. Here's another thing in the NBA that happened. We got to talk about this. It's people like Pat Beverly. He should be ashamed of himself. I don't know if y'all saw it. Bucks got eliminated. Somehow the fans got a hold of a basketball and he's chucking it at them and going back and forth, throwing a basketball with fans. I don't know what the hell that was about. But after that situation happened, he's in the locker room, and there was a woman there that worked for ESPN, and she wanted to, ask Pat a question, and he goes, "Are you subscribed to my podcast?" "Oh, you're not? Then I don't want to talk to you." Excuse me? So here's another thing that is what's wrong with the NBA. We got to clean up the clown behavior. We got to clean up the clown behavior. Like legit. We got to clean up the clown behavior because it's cats like Patrick Beverly. And yes, I don't care. I'm not on your level, Pat Beverly, as in famous and wealth. I don't care. You're a clown, bro. You're a clown. This woman is trying to do her job. Now, I don't know the context of why he went this far, but he didn't ask all those other reporters if they were subscribed to his podcast. And why should it matter? That woman is there to do her job as a reporter. Ask you about the game, ask you about this, ask you about that. And from what I gather, she didn't say anything disrespectful. She was asking you basketball questions about basketball. Why did you seem or deemed it even necessary for you to even go that route? Why did you seem or why? What provoked this? There has to be a reason. I'm hoping that we get some light shed on it, but he's a clown. We've seen clown behaviors from his guy multiple times. Again, I'm not an expert. But I've seen guys who've been covering this sport for many years starting to have the same takes I am. I can't be too far off. Listen to Nick Wright and what he had to say.
So I've seen the whole journey, Pat, and I'm going to go through it for the audience because it's as embarrassing as anything that happened last night. From when you got to Houston, I was there. You were thrilled to be in the league. Happiest guy in the world, hanging out at Onyx at 3 a.m. with your ridiculous fake chains because you couldn't get into Dreams yet. I understand. I was in a similar spot, buddy. And you went from that to whatever you've become, a delusional, cheap shot artist, misogynistic clown, promoting your podcast at the expense of your career, which to its credit, let me check, while still behind Andy Roddick's tennis podcast and your own teammates pod, you are ahead of Bear Grease by Clay Newcomb. So good luck with it. So how did you get here? And how did Pat Bev become a guy that we talk about despite the Basketball Reference page? A creation of your own delusion in Houston. One and done every year that you played. You know how they broke through to make the conference finals? I don't know, but I know you were out that year. Then they didn't have another playoff run till they traded you and then promptly made another conference finals. So what happened then? You went to the Clippers and you beat Kevin Durant in a basketball game and talked about it. And then he promptly dropped 50 on you and reminded everyone who he was and who you were. That offseason, you then declared to anyone who would listen, the next 5 years are mine. Steph Curry's had his time. By the way, those 5 years ended literally last night. It's been 5 years since then. How did that go, those 5 years? Well, the first year, what happened in the bubble? You started the bubble by disrespecting Michelle Roberts in front of your colleagues, and they had to talk you down from it. You ended the bubble by being a key part of the biggest gag job in the last 30 years in the NBA. What did you do the next season? Then next year, Ty Lue's big adjustment, the one time the Clippers are going on a playoff run. You remember what it was? Sitting your ass on the bench. That's what turned that playoff run around. How did that playoff run end? Oh, yeah. With Chris Paul having the best game of his life on you and you dealing with it by shoving a man in the back when he wasn't looking and then going on TV and calling a legend of the game a cone. What then happened after that? 2022, you won your championship. Unfortunately, it was a play-in game and you celebrated like it was. And then 2023 to 2024, you have been on the Jazz.
Pretty much, your boy been going in. Let's listen to the rest of what Nick had to say.
As the Lakers, the Magic, the Bulls, the Sixers, and the Bucks, and not a single one of them wanted to keep you around. And you ended that tenure by throwing a basketball at a woman's head, getting it back, throwing it at another fan, and then yelling at another woman in the locker room because she doesn't listen to your terrible podcast. So if this was your last moment in the league, good riddance. Won't be missed, won't be memorable. I mean, congrats for creating something out of thin air like the Wizard of Oz that never should have existed, to where you're a guy that's talked about, but unnecessary from start to finish, pal.
Again, I'm not an expert. I'm just a podcast guy that creates content and watches a lot of sports. But those who've been covering the sports in the know, they've been saying enough. And on part of what I've been saying. You're a clown, Patrick Beverley. Clown behavior. And for a guy that should be humbled. You scraped and clawed. I love your story on how you even made it to the league. Scratch, clawed, fought your way to get to this position of where you're at in the NBA. But you've been real clown behaviorist lately. And this was the biggest one. You had no business even interacting with the fans like that. What are you doing chucking the ball? And why are you treating that woman, a reporter, who's trying to do her damn job? Why? It wasn't necessary. I'm starting to think that, I don't know. Maybe there's a mental chemically unbalanced Patrick Beverly. And I'm not trying to say that in a mean or funny way. I'm not. It's just that when you see behavior like that of somebody that should have the humility of this guy's story, his behavior is not matching up with the humbleness of his story. It's like when you see ugly fat chicks talking the most crap about men, or you see a dusty, broke down dude trying to talk about females. What are we doing? We can't have two negatives. Hey, this ain't math. Where negative can't, or a negative cancels out a negative. You got a positive number. No. That's not. No. Two negatives is that's just a lot of negativity. You can't. There's nothing beneficial or positive about that. You can't have no legs in an ass kicking contest and think you're gonna win. That's not how that works. You can't look like a booger what trying to think you're gonna win a beauty pageant. No, that's not how that works. So for this guy to have the humble story that Patrick Beverly has had to even make it to the league, which by all accounts, making it to the NBA is probably one of the hardest things to do in life. And you got the attitude of this narcissistic, just very all about me type of attitude. Bump everybody else. Y'all not worthy type of attitude. It's a bad look. That's what makes you a clown. Behavior like that makes you a clown because you have no business trying to downplay or talk down or try to belittle somebody just trying to do their job. When lo and behold, your story is an underdog story. Your story of even making it to the NBA is of what most people dream of what most people try to achieve and can never probably ever do. You should have more humility. You should be more humble that matches your story. It makes no sense why your behavior is acting like this. You've had a long NBA career. Be proud of that. Be more humble about that underdog story that you defied the odds of making it to the NBA. But this behavior, I can't rock with that, dog. Because I know me being a father of 3 daughters, had that been my daughter interviewing you, I'd have had to see you. I'd have had to see you try to talk down on a woman like that, and if that was my daughter, we would have had a real problem. We would have had to talk. We would have to have a conversation, a real man-to-man conversation for some shit like that. Hey, bro, who do you think you are? For real? Straight up. I mean, this is wild. This is wild. Soldier, what's happening? Hope you've been blessed. Yeah, I've been very blessed, my brother. I hope you've been blessed too. The luxury of being able to do and say whatever he wants on that podcast of his is part of the. Well, I have no issue with saying what he wants on the podcast. Hey, you're watching a podcast right now. I say anything and everything that I feel. It's the treatment of other people that I have a problem with. This guy, Patrick Beverly, walks around like his shit don't stink. He walks around treating fans and treating reporters like they ain't worth a damn. He has no humility. He has nothing humble about his attitude when lo and behold, his story was an underdog story. He should be more humble, more humility about how he treats other people. I have no issue with what he does on his podcast. Say whatever the hell you want, because I damn sure do on mine. But my thing is I'm not going out there trying to talk down or bad on people. I ain't trying to mistreat nobody, because at the end of the day, who am I? I'm another person amongst these billions of other people in this world. Some people make more money than me. Some people might even make less. Some people are more fortunate to have the life and luxury at their hands. Some people got nothing. And wherever the hell I fall, that's whatever the hell I fall in that tier. But I'm still treat everybody, whether they're above me financially or below me financially, I'ma still treat every last person that I ever encounter with the same amount of respect that I want in return until I don't deem it necessary. Until they run afoul on me. Then that's something different. Until then, I'm going to treat everybody and anybody with the same amount of respect that I will want in return until I am deemed it unnecessary for you to earn my respect. You run afoul on me, damn it, you get what you get. I'm an equal opportunist, energizer giver. I give the energy that is given upon me. But I'm not like Pat Beverly out there just blatantly just going out there just disrespecting folks like that. That shit was some clown behavior. That shit was whack. That shit was whack. So, I mean, if that's how Pat want to operate, so be it. But guess what? Like Nick Wright said, if that was your last game in the NBA, you won't be missed. Not by me. I won't miss Pat Beverly in the NBA. Not with that clown behavior. You can miss me with that shit. I won't miss him. And that's on everything. I won't miss him. No, won't. So that was it for Pat Bev in the NBA. Loved your story. Hate your ending. Loved the story. Just hated your ending. You fucked it up. You messed up the ending of your story. If that was the end. That was his own fault. So it is what it is. Anyway, why don't we talk some NBA? Let's talk NBA. Because NBA playoffs are still moving along. And before we get too deep off into NBA playoffs, New York Knicks, I will eat humble pie right here. I will eat crow. I said y'all was going to be one and done. Y'all was going to get knocked out in the first round. Philly's going to mop you. I apologize. Hey, when you're right, you're right. When you're wrong, you're wrong. And you just got to take it how it is and be able to, admit when you were wrong and I was wrong. I thought the Knicks was going to be just straight. They was going to fall flat. Because I've seen teams like this time and time again. Fan base gets behind them because they've been waiting for a long time for the Knicks to get better. They've been waiting and waiting and waiting. Oh, please, get better, get better, get better. And you get let down and get let down and get let down and get let down again. And just when you thought that your team was about to break through the glass ceiling, they let you down again. So I've seen teams like this before. I've seen a couple of the teams that I root for in Kansas City do me like that before. People forget before Patrick Mahomes came to Kansas City, it was kind of rough out here in these Kansas City streets. It was rough. Woo, boy, was it rough. All the times, it was almost like you had that relationship with the spouse was giving you empty promises. Baby, I'm going to take you around the world. I'm going to buy you all the rags and riches. I'm going to take care of you. The only thing you got was bad credit and nothing but the value meal at McDonald's. That's the most you got. Not a happy Valentine's Day. Barely got a happy birthday. And barely got anything out that damn relationship. So, I I just thought that the Knicks was going to let them down. But congratulations to the Knicks. You made it to the second round. And guess what? I actually got y'all favored over the Indiana Pacers. I know, shocking. Shocking. Reason why I got them favored over the Indiana Pacers is because we've seen time and time again this year, the Pacers have struggled against good guard play. And you know who's cooking right now? That's right. Jalen Brunson is cooking. That boy cooking with hot bacon grease. He is cooking like a fish fry on Friday. That man is cooking. Who the hell gonna stop Jalen Brunson on that Pacers team? Who gonna stop Jalen Brunson? I'll wait. Who gonna stop him? Because that man is cooking right now. He's in fuego, on fire. That boy hotter than hell right now. That boy hotter than the Serengeti in Africa. Who messing with Jaylen Brown? Who's slowing him down? Who's gonna? Woohoo! Ain't nobody messing with Jaylen Brown right now. If the Sixers ain't had the answer for him, I don't think the Pacers do. Mind you, they doing this without your boy, what's his name? Julius Randle. Doing this without Julius Randle. I got the Knicks winning this series. But because of the historical content of this series, because remember in the 90s, us 90s babies, we love the good Knicks, Pacers. Come on. Reggie Miller doing a choke sign, him and Spike Lee going at it, yapping back and forth. Trust and believe, you're going to see Spike Lee there tonight. He's going to be rooting on his Knicks, as he should be. But I got the Knicks. I got the Knicks taking this series. I think it goes 6. Because Rick Carlisle happens to be a good damn coach. It's can Miles Turner, can Pascal Siakam, can Tyrese Halliburton stay consistently producing on the offensive side? Can they score enough with how the Knicks are rolling right now? Yeah. Starch Reggie. Oh, the battle's 1 point. This is a very sentimental battle right here. And I can't wait to see it when it kicks off tonight at 6:30 Central Time, 7:30 Eastern. I can't wait to see it. It's gonna be lovely. It's gonna bring back a lot of old school feel, old school memories. It's gonna be great. But I'm definitely rocking with the Knicks in this series. I think they win it in 6. Then we got game 2. We got game 2 of the Nuggets and Timberwolves. Nuggets making it out of that series. I think they do. Here's why. Now, I do think that the Timberwolves make a great challenge for the Nuggets. I think they do. Size-wise, you look at Rudy Gobert, who takes pride in playing defense. You ain't getting much offense from him. So he knows that. His self-awareness is pretty good about himself. He'll play the hell out some defense. You ain't getting much offensively. So you know what he's going to bring defensively. You know what Karl-Anthony Towns is going to bring you. Big cat there. All right. So you got the size of Minnesota that's going to produce a great challenge for Denver, because outside of Nikola Jokic, you don't have too much size down low. Pause. Right. You ain't got it. Besides Jokic, you don't have another legit 7-footer that can match up with that. So I do think Minnesota is going to provide a challenge for Denver. I'm not so sure that Minnesota is going to have everything to put it all together to beat Denver. Because here's the problem that Denver proposes for Minnesota. You have two legit point guards for Denver. Jamal Murray, who is a slasher. He's a tweener, where he can play excellent as a point guard, facilitate, but he can create his own shots. And he, for lack of better word, sometimes switches to a shooting guard. And the more times that he switches to a shooting guard is because the other point guard, which happens to be your center, and Nikola Jokic, is phenomenal at facilitating. Phenomenal at facilitating. So when you got two legit point guards on the floor at one time and they can play off each other, and guess what? They're the spark plugs to everybody else in that starting five. You know when Denver is really cooking? Go look at the stat sheet when all five starters are in double figures. You got KCP dropping 13. Aaron Gordon might drop another 15 or 16. Oh, then mess around and Michael Porter Jr. drops another 15 to 20 points. Oh, and then Jamal Murray can go off by his damn self and drop 25. Oh, and damn Nikola Jokic drops 30. What the hell you gonna do with all of that? What you gonna do with all that? What you gonna do with all of that when everybody in that Denver starting five is in double figures? Nikola Jokic got about 28 points. He probably got, 10, 11 assists. Oh, and he's gonna add another 14 to 15 rebounds. Oh, then Jamal Murray, he's dropping 8 to 10 assists himself, 4 or 5 rebounds, and he got another 25 points added to that. And then Michael Porter Jr. is going off, shooting threes, and he's a good wing player. Then he's leaping out the gym. Oh, and then Aaron Gordon reminds you that, hey, I'm a dunk contest winner too, and he's dunking on people's heads. And he's adding 10, 11 rebounds. And then KCP is just chilling in the corner waiting for his opportunistic 3-point. Hey, Denver is probably one of the most sound teams starting five-wise. Where I think they might get got, the bench play might get them. I don't know how deep they are on their bench to hold up. But I'm telling you, that starting five is probably the most complete starting five in all of NBA. Because not only do you have your star powers, but you got legit role players who play their roles at an elite level to make sure that they are complementary to their stars in their starting five. Name me a better starting five than the Denver Nuggets. I'll wait. Starting five of that Denver Nuggets is the most well-rounded starting five in the NBA, and I'm putting bank on it. I'm putting bank on it. They just are. I mean, they are just so complementary of each other. Their game complements each other. Now, I will give you Boston. Caveat. I got to see what's up with Porzingis. That's my only caveat, soldier. I got to see what's up with Porzingis. Is he going to be healthy enough to play a whole series? Is he going to be healthy enough to stick around? Now, take the injury factor out of that. Take the injury factor out of that. You get no beefs. You get no qualms with me if you throw Boston in there as a most well-rounded top five. It's a pretty damn good top five with Porzingis in there, barring the injury situation. But come on, right now, as it stands, I'm having a hard time if all the rest of the playoff teams left finding a more well-rounded starting five than Denver, and that's the problem that Minnesota has to worry about, because you're not getting no offense from Rudy Gobert. You're getting rebounds and defense. I like Karl Anthony Towns. Here's my problem. Where's my consistency on what are you? What are you? What are you? Are you a big man that likes to shoot? Is that what you are? Because I don't feel like Karl Anthony Towns has that dog in him to stay on the block. I just don't think it. I don't think it's there. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think Karl Anthony Towns has enough dog in him to be a real big man on the block. I just don't see it. You know why I don't see it? It's because the damn team traded to go get Rudy Gobert so they can move all of that dirty work off of Karl Anthony Towns. Anybody can say what they want. Karl Anthony Towns couldn't wait for Rudy Gobert. Matter of fact, Karl Anthony Towns, the moment he heard that Rudy Gobert was coming to Minnesota, he was at the airport waiting for him. Come on, Rudy, I'm glad you're here. You get to take all the dirty work off my soft ass. Pause. Thank you, Rudy, for coming to Minnesota. I ain't got to do no grunt or dirty work. I don't want to rebound. I don't want to play defense. I want to sit my big ass at the three-point line and think I'm a sharpshooter like Steph Curry. I won a three-point contest. See, look, I can shoot. We got to call a spade a spade. Karl Anthony Towns ain't got no dog in him. And guess what? When his shot is off, he doesn't exist in an NBA game. He automatically takes his own self out the game. I didn't see Karl Anthony Towns literally drop less than 15 points, and he's a non-factor in an NBA game. Gone. Poof. Totally gone. Not a factor because his shot's off. Won't go to the block. Your big ass too scared to go to the block. Man, I wish I had Karl Anthony Towns' makeup of his physical body. Boy, I'd be beating Bama's down. Boy, y'all heard what Jeezy said. Posted on the corner like a light post. Boy, I'd be on the block. What? You kidding me? If I had Karl Anthony's physical makeup, you can't see me outside. Damn it, I'm on the block. Whoop, whoop. Give it here. Whoop, whoop. I got him posted right on my head where I need him. Whoop, whoop. Let's go. I'm on the block. Come on. Give me the ball. Whoop, whoop. What we talking about? This is where I have a problem with Minnesota. You gotta make dudes, hey, come on, man. Your big ass better get on the block. He's scared. Ant can't do it all. Ant can't do it all. Ant-Man's a problem. Anthony Edwards is a problem, but he can't do it all. Because I ain't getting none from Rudy. I'm not going to get consistency from Cat. That leaves me with what? Naz Reid? Okay, cool. Well, most improved player. What, 1 man of the year? Okay. Cool. But ain't nobody scared of that dude. Oh, man, Naz Reid, man. Man, better lock him down. You gonna drop 30 on him. Ain't nobody said that. Who said that? Ain't nobody ever said that. Ant-Man can't do it alone. I got a gut feeling there's going to be a couple of games in this series that Ant-Man is going to have to drop damn near 50 points to keep the damn Timberwolves in the game. In the game. Not win it, in the game. Keep them in the game. It's going to be a tall task. It might go 7. It might go 7. It might also go 5. Minnesota got their 1. And I'm trying to tell you, if there's any team that's going to get woken up by that one, Malone hey, man. Hey, man, we the champs. They think they got a chance. Let's exploit their weaknesses. I just gave some of their weaknesses. I'm pretty sure Mike Malone is good enough coach to expose the rest of them. So I'm rocking with the Nuggets in that one. Cavaliers, Celtics. I ain't even going to spend too much time on this. Woo! Cavaliers. Getting past Orlando is one thing. Getting past Boston. And that might be with or without Porzingis. With Porzingis, sweet. Without Porzingis, Yeah, I said it. With Porzingis, it's a sweep. Without Porzingis, 5 games. Celtics got him up out of there. I just don't think Cleveland just don't got enough. Y'all went 7 with Orlando, and that's not a diss on Orlando. I love what Ben Carroll's doing. Ben Carroll's going to be the future. He's going to be one of them futures with Ant-Man, SGA, some of this young crop of players. That's going to be a problem when they get more experience. And what? And if they general managers do right by them, they're going to be some problems. But you struggled. You struggled with Orlando. Orlando ain't Boston, baby. No, sir. You know it's a problem when Derek White, the yellow boy that shaved his hair, was looking. He had it. I remember last year his hairline was starting in the middle of his head. He went and shaved it off. He's been dropping averaging almost like 15 to 20 points this year. He's been doing his thing. Then let's not talk about the most underrated yellow boy in all the NBA and Jason Tatum. You know, they still don't want to give that man some love. Shout out to the Mo. He from the Show Me State. He on the other side from St. Louis, but he be showing these cats that he could ball. Jason Tatum could ball, y'all. He could ball. And he plays both ways. Plays good defense. Plays good offense. I think he's a star in this league. I don't think he's a superstar. I don't think he's tapped into that full superstar atmosphere yet. But he's a star. And right below him, Jaylen Brown is a slight star. I say slight. He's paid like a megastar, though. Ooh, that man's paycheck is something nice. Give me your paycheck for 1 game. I'll be good. But that good perimeter defense between Jaylen Brown, Derek White, and Jason Tatum matches up well against a guard-heavy Cavaliers team. Go look at the Cavaliers roster. I don't know why they are so damn guard-heavy. You're playing right into the hand of Boston. That's where their best defense is at. Oh, I didn't even mention Drew Holiday is probably one of the best perimeter defenders in all of NBA. You're definitely playing into the hands of Boston. So between Drew Holiday, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Derek White, you're playing right into the hands of their strength of their defense. The strength of their defense is perimeter. You're guard heavy in Cleveland. You will be lucky to get 1 game. You'll be lucky to get 1. And that's without Porzingis. With Porzingis, it's a sweep. Without him, it's 5. Ain't spending too much time on that. Cleveland up out of there. And guess what? Here's the real kicker about that series. When they get them up out of there in 5 or 4 games, they're going to have to make a real true decision what they're going to do with Donovan Mitchell. Because y'all can't just continue to be too guard heavy and going up against teams like Boston, which is their strength of their defense. Cleveland up out of there. They up out of there. Now this is a series I can't wait to watch. Mavericks and OKC. Mavericks and OKC. Boy, damn. The amount of wizardry we're about to see between SGA and Kyrie Irving is about to be phenomenal. Yes, I'm talking about Kyrie. I don't give a damn about Luka. Yeah, he's good offensively. Yeah, he's the part of this European tour where we got to promote him and get the European bag and international bag. Okay, that sounds good. Blah 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 blah. Luka blah blah. Probably will win MVP. Good for him. Telling you what, he's happy Kyrie's there. He's happy Kyrie is there. Again, he's happy Kyrie is there. There's a lot of offensive production and pressure that is taken off of Luka's back because Kyrie is there. I don't think Kyrie Irving gets enough respect around the NBA league. Well, okay, he gets enough respect around basketball people. People that can talk basketball, see basketball, and can tell you the real about basketball. Kyrie gets his respect there. Kyrie don't get enough respect in the media of the people that cover basketball. That's how I should say it. Because they still holding them grudges about, oh, he didn't want to take the vaccine in New York. He's a quote-unquote cancer to the locker room. I ain't never heard not one teammate say anything bad about Kyrie Irving. I've heard about his attitude about his teammates where, you know, he looks out for them, wants the best for him and their families. I hear about all the charitable things he's done. I hear about all the positives about these things that he's done, but none of it he's covered. For some reason, there's an axe to grind against Kyrie Irving, and I never understood it. But Kyrie Irving is magical. He's a wizard with that basketball. Did y'all see the other day when the man, he hung in the air? It seemed like he was up in the air for 2 days. He leaped on a Thursday and didn't come down till Saturday, avoiding 3 people and finger rolled it. What? Who does that? Him. Kyrie Irving like that. Oh, he like that. Kyrie Irving is like that. He was cooking the Clippers. Oh my goodness. He told them to pack your bags and go to your new stadium. Matter of fact, he said, why don't y'all get ready for that old FX Hulu clipped little series y'all got coming out with Lawrence Fishburne playing Doc Rivers with that old painted hairline on his head, looking crazy as hell. Get ready for that shit. You ain't getting past the first round. He said, bye-bye. Kyrie Irving like that. And the only person that benefits most from that is Luka. It gives him the freedom to average 33 points a game because somebody has to help facilitate that. Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving is a damn good point guard. Oh, Luka, your little chunky ass start getting tired and worn down and out of shape. Oh, just give the ball to Kyrie. He's probably one of the best finishers in all of NBA. He's probably one of the best offensively gifted guys in the NBA. Can shoot just about anywhere on the court, can finish. Can finish at the rim. No. We got to be real. Luka been eating too many Trill burgers. He been eating too many Trill burgers. he said, Bun B, let me get some of them Trill burgers. I know he ain't in Houston, but he got them shipped to Dallas. Give me some of them Trill burgers. Yeah, he been eating too many of them. Eating too much brisket and shit in Dallas. No, I'm doing right by it, Luka. I know a brisket belly when I see one. I got one myself. I love brisket too. I'm like, ooh, that's a brisket belly. Yeah, I know one. So, but the thing of the matter is that because how dangerous Kyrie is offensively, you got to account for him at all times just as much as you would count for Luka. So when you got 2 dynamic offensive pieces that can easily drop 30 plus by their own, with or without the other, not much teams got enough defense that can cover both of them dudes. Not to mention Kyrie can play off ball too. I mean, Luka likes to, he likes to play point guard too. Kyrie can play off ball. He can play with the ball. So, I mean, hey, I got to admit, when I'm wrong again, another admission, when Wildcard Mar was wrong. Hey, fellas, I was wrong. I thought it wasn't going to work with Kyrie and Luka when that trade happened last year. I thought it wasn't going to work. But now we got a full year of evidence that not only can it work, you get some more defense around on that starting five. Maybe one more guy that can probably average 15 to 20 points. You might got a squad that can compete for some championship. I'm just saying. You already got Kyrie locked up. He signed the contract this past offseason, so he ain't going nowhere. So I'm with you on that, AP. He finally got a home. He's staying. I think he stays here in Dallas till I think he plays out this contract for sure. You're damn sure not going to let Luka walk out the building. It's up to the general manager of Dallas to start putting a little bit more defense around him, some size down low, and maybe a guy that can average 15 to 20 to help facilitate or offset the couple of nights that Kyrie or Luka might be off. Just to offset it. 15 to 20 points to offset it, and you good. Dallas might be a squad. If I'm one of these top free agents next year, I would consider Dallas. I owe the Mavericks a huge apology. My bad. I was wrong about Luka and Kyrie not working. My bad. I was wrong. We got a full year of evidence that not only can it work, sprinkle a little smart GM work on there. You got a squad that can cook. Hotter than fish grease at a fish fry on Friday, baby. Trying to tell you. I'm rocking with the Mavericks in that series. This series goes 7. Between Mavericks and the Thunder, it goes 7. Because SGA ain't no punk. He ain't no punk. And they actually got a solid roster around SGA as well. And, they ain't no punk. Ted Holmgren might, I don't agree with it, but I've heard some people say he should split Rookie of the Year with Wembanyama. I don't think it should be that way. I think it should be Wembanyama to win solely based on himself, solo. That's just me. But, chatter like that has been there. But SGA, Chat, hell, even, Giddey's been adding his little thing right there when it matters. Dort coming off the bench doing what he can do. What's his name? Jalen Williams been solid as a forward. Been kind of solid. Okay, so he's been. Hey, you don't make a top 3 seed in the West being trash. That don't happen. That doesn't happen. That isn't by mistake. Not at all. Matter of fact, becoming the 1 seed of the West doesn't happen by happenstance. So, if they beat Dallas, and that's a big if, because I'm rocking with Dallas in this series in 7. If they beat Dallas, I don't know. I don't know if I could see them beating Denver. It would have to. I would literally have to see Chet Holmgren play out of his mind. I'm not worried about SGA. It's Chet that I would be more worried about. What can he do guarding Jokic? What can he do to make sure that not only is he playing great defensively against Jokic, can he add 15 to 20 on the offensive side? We've seen him in the regular season been able to do that because, like I said, people got his name in talks for Rookie of the Year. But can he do it on the playoff stage, the big stage? Because if they were to meet, it'd be in the Western Conference Finals. That's a big stage. That's where sometimes where that lack of experience of being on that stage compared to what Denver has after winning the championship, that's where that experience matters. OKC is young. Real young. I don't know if they would have the experience level to beat Dallas, but you never know. OKC got the athletes that can match up with not only match up with Dallas, but they got the athletes to match up with Denver. I don't know if they got the experience to overtake Denver. That's a good question, though. Whew. Those are my predictions for the NBA playoffs, man. At least for this second round, and going on further. It's gonna be some good stuff. Man, I gotta get up out of here. We were supposed to talk some other stuff, but I gotta go to take my daughter to a dance recital. She started gymnastics. She says she wants to be Simone Biles. And I'm gonna support my baby. She wants to be Simone Biles. Okay, well, there we go. We gonna push you. Ain't no quitting. I told her once she starts gymnastics, we'll finish out this session or this season, and then we'll go from there. But she can't quit. So we gonna see what's up. Is there beef in the ATL with the Falcons? Real quick, I think Kirk Cousins is going to try to play out of his damn mind. I think he might be a little bit salty about that Michael Penix thing more than what he's leading on. He may not say it because that's not him. That's not him to complain and gripe and throw stuff in the media. But deep down inside, I think that's going to be a real motivating factor for Kirk Cousins. He's going to ball out for the next 2 years. And he's going to make Atlanta make a decision in 2 years to either trade me and get whatever value you can for me or move off of Michael Penix for making that draft pick. That's my take. I'm sticking with that. I think Kirk Cousins is going to throw for 5,000 yards this year. He's going to throw for like 35 touchdowns. Mark it. He pissed about that. I'm trying to tell you. Anyway, hey, man, it's been real. Hey, do me a favor, y'all. Everything on the bottom, tap in with us. I.O.W. Sports Network, Facebook, Instagram. Most importantly, the YouTube channel. Like, share, subscribe. Hit that bell notification. Let you know when we go live. Follow all the content. You feel me? Hey, we'll be back Thursday. Hopefully the fellas will be with me. From other circumstances, they couldn't join in. It is what it is. But we're going to keep dropping this old funky shit for y'all every Monday and Thursday. Again, tap in with me. Going over to my Twitter page, Casey Walker. I'm doing a lot of projects. I stay yapping my gums about sports and other stuff. So I got a lot of content dropping. Just going over to my YouTube page. I'm sorry, my Twitter page is right under my name right here, Casey Walker at Twitter. I got a lot of content dropping. Man, hey, it's been fun. I appreciate y'all joining me. Talking sports with your boy, talking some basketball. Until next time, man, we up out here. Peace and love.